Welcome to the first public release of Celestial, a free-to-play digital card game that's easy to pick up but is truly built for the highest levels of competitive play. Jumping right in, we'll be in the deck builder. Each card will list its mana cost on the left, its point value on the right, and then any other effects it might have. We can add cards by clicking them, and remove them by clicking them in the list below. We can sort by mana cost, and we can sort the deck by cost to get a better idea of what its curve looks like. If we like our list, we can copy it to the clipboard to use later or share with a friend. Once our deck has 15 cards, we can hit start to enter into matchmaking. After we match with an opponent, the first thing we'll be prompted to do is mulligan. We can select any number of cards from our hand, and once we hit mulligan, they'll be shuffled away and replaced with new cards that necessarily won't include the cards we shuffled. After both players have finished their mulligan, the first round of play will begin. Celestial is a card game played in rounds. Each round that you win gives you a point, and once you have at least 5 points and lead by at least 2, you've won the game. Each round, both players will have mana ranging from 1 up each round to a max of 10. After the first round, both players will also draw 2 cards at the beginning of each round, assuming that they have space in their hand. At any given time, one player has priority, currently us, as we can see by the highlight on our side of the board. That means that we are free to either pass or play a card with our 1 mana available. We decide to play one of the 1 mana cards from our hand, and it goes on the story in front of us. The opponent can't see what it is, but they know that we've played a card. It's now their turn to act. They also played a card, and since we have no mana left, we'll pass. After the opponent passes, the round will be over. We can look at the recap to see that both of us got 2 points, which means that neither of us won that round. Since it's the second round, both of us have 2 mana. Both of us have drawn 2 cards. And randomly, the opponent has been given priority in this second round. Typically, priority is given to whoever is ahead in points. However, if it's a tie, it's decided randomly. We can see that our opponent played 1 card, so we're going to respond by playing one of our 1 mana cards, leaving us with 1 mana left over. Our opponent passed, which means we might assume the first card they played cost 2 mana. We're going to play one more 1 mana card before we pass to end this round. Looking at the recap, we can see that we won that round because we had 4 points while the opponent only had 3. While playing a match of Celestial, there are a number of places to look for more information about what's going on. If you hover over recap, you can see what happened with the last story. Clicking it, you can pin it and look at the individual cards. If you click again, it will unpin it, returning you to this round. Similarly, you can look at your opponent's discard pile, your discard pile, as well as your deck, which is ordered based on cost and doesn't reflect the true ordering. Another important note: once your deck is depleted and you would draw a card, your discard pile is shuffled such that you draw from the deck that was your discard pile. This makes it very important to pay attention to what your opponent is shuffling back in, and to not add too many bad cards like Broken Bones right before you shuffle. Now that you know the basics, I encourage you to jump in. Try out some combo decks, some aggressive decks, mid-range decks, or control decks. Please note that this is still a work in progress, and that there are many more cards not seen in these first 32. However, we feel that this does a good job of introducing the basic concepts that we want and the ways that this game will distinguish itself. If you want to goldfish this game, we encourage you to open 2 tabs and play it in both to play against yourself. Additionally, there's a way to matchmake that we'll include in the comments. Please note that some features are a little bit different or debuggy compared to what they'll be in the final version. For example, the art is mostly stand-in. Much of the UX is probably stand-in. Eventually, when you win, it will actually tell you that you win instead of allowing you to keep playing just so that you can test things out. If you have any comments or questions about the game, feel free to write those below. Otherwise, just play and have fun, and this pool of cards will probably stay for around a month before changing up. I'm still thinking about what direction to head with this next, but this felt like the first big hurdle, the first big release, and getting it out there to be tested and enjoyed was important. I've loved working on this, and I hope you have fun with it too. Thanks.